You got to play with Steve. I consider you to be a top 3 or 4 son of all time. I put you in that conversation. Obviously, shout out to Walter Davis. Shout out to Steve Nash. I put Barkley a little lower because he only played a few years for us. But I think Devin Booker has taken the reins as the he might be up. He might be the GOAT of the Suns all time. For you, I know he had said recently yesterday. He actually said that when he was going through a lot of the losing his rookie season, you had kind of reached out to him. But what's it like to just see a guy like Book, kind of carry the torch from what you guys built? Because there was the dark ages. And now it's like, all right, well, we're relevant again. What's your guys' relationship like? And, where would you put Book in terms of like the all-time Suns greats?
Yeah, I think Book still have a long ways to go, right? He's really just getting started, man. He's only in his mid-20s.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And what he's accomplished already is incredible. So he's definitely in those top conversations for sure. And so, yeah, there was some times where when I played here, we had our run, and then there was, like you said, a dark moment, and then they drafted Book, and then they start to kind of revamp. And now they're doing great, right, with KD and these guys. But Devin is definitely at the top of the list when it comes to all-time Suns. And the way he plays the game, we was at the game last night, the way he plays the game is like fundamentally sound. He's always
and he's
on
just
balance.
got that killer instinct, man.
He goes for it. He goes for it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you want from a coaching standpoint or just a spectator standpoint. You want to see your player go for it. You know what I mean?
For sure. For you, man, 2010, you end up. It was what end of the 2010 season, right? Going into 2011, there's the giant. I guess the most memorable offseason probably in basketball history because you're a free agent, LeBron's a free agent, Chris Bosh is a free agent. You end up with the Knicks. You have an MVP caliber season your first year there before the injuries happen. What was tell me like what your mind state was, because it would have been nice to have kept you. It would have been nice to have kept a few people on the Suns. We'll get to that. But what was like your mind state year one in New York? Like because you were playing with a chip on your shoulder that first year. It was crazy. I think you had a bunch of MVP votes. Like I think you guys were like a little over 500, but you were balling. Like what was that first year with New York like?
I mean, it was incredible, bro. It's like New York was a place I always wanted to play in, right? Like everyone wants to play in Madison Square Garden. And to be a Knick and to play in New York and for me to be able to just show my entire skill set. Right, so I was able.
You're still with Mike D'Antoni too. He was coaching that year. So
I was with Mike. Mike D'Antoni was still coaching there, and so now I'm able to really show my whole package, my game. You know what I'm saying? So when I did that, it's like the league wasn't ready for all of what I had in store. So I took the league by storm. Crazy MVP chance. I was leading candidate for MVP halfway through the season, and the city was on fire. Right, every restaurant I go to, everything's free.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everything was like New York was on fire, bro. So it was a beautiful time in New York that year.